Good evening. Hi, welcome back. I am feeling better. Thank you so much for your comments. My headache was better today. Um, I'm still not 100%, but I'm getting better. Um, I am bringing you here to show you what I've done so far on my tab journal. Which isn't much, and obviously you'll probably be like, well, of course we were waiting for that, but I did add some lace, and as you can see here, I went through, I don't know how many buttons, and I just could not decide on my buttons. It was making me crazy. So this is a very old vintage lace, and that's what I wanted. Something very old and something that wouldn't take away from what I planned on for my topper. So I was cleaning out, I have this little, it's for like screws and nails and things beside me on my wall. It's very old, it's very vintage, and it was yellow, and I painted it like a peachy pink color. And it's got all these tiny drawers in it. Well, anyway, I was going through my drawers and just tidying them up this morning, and I came across an old box I had of brads by Stampin' Up. And as soon as I opened them up, because I was thinking about, I was needing them for another thing that I was making. As soon as I opened them up, I'm like, that's it. It was just, that's it. So these are actually brads, and all I did was poked a hole through the lace. There's 2 layers of lace here because it's very fine, very, very fine lace. It's this. So there's 2 layers of lace, and all I did was I placed it, on the side, for those of you that care. I placed it on the side like this, and then I marked on the lace with a little, little bit of ink where I wanted the brads to go. And then I just took a needle and poked a hole through, and then put the brads through, spread them, and then just glued this on with Fabri-Tac or 3-in-1, whatever. So that's what I've done so far. So that was done. The tape here was really bothering me every time I tried to make a topper. So once I put the lace on and covered that tape, or, this tape here on the binding was here, obviously. And it was just making me crazy. I couldn't figure it out. So I put that on, and then I put this on the back just because, I figured it had to match. So I just put 1 layer, and I didn't, put any buttons or anything on that. Because I'm trying to make it, some really on the vintage side than, my typical pinks and things like that. So, my topper. This is what I've decided for my topper. And I've prepared. Here's all my scraps. And I got this idea from Justine at House of Mahalo. I've been trying to catch up with her. We were actually on the same page for a while, and then, life happened, and then I stopped watching videos for a long time, and now sometimes at night, if I can't sleep, I'll get up and watch, my TV because, my vision's not that good, so I watch them on TV. And so I happened to see her, and she was making these journal cards like this. And what it is she just had a piece of paper, and it was real pretty. It was like a white, and it had like gold on it. And then she collaged around her, she used vellum. I'm using acetate because, that's what I'm using. She used vellum, and she didn't put her image on yet. But I did because I just wanted to make sure it was placed properly, because she was making journal cards, and I knew that, I was going to be making a topper, so I needed it to be precise. And so I just did it already, if that makes sense. So what she did was she took her vellum, she collaged around it with her scraps, which I'm going to do, and then she put her vellum over, you know, the vellum that she had collaged around. She put it over her paper like this. Well, she put her image down first, which was a flower, and then she put her acetate over it that was collaged, and she glued that on. And then it becomes, you know, and then she backed it, and it became a journaling card. But at the end of the video, she said, wouldn't these make beautiful journal toppers? And I thought, oh my gosh. So I'm not doing it exactly the way she did hers. I'm actually using vellum, and she used acetate. However, Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors, she used acetate. I have not been over to see hers yet, but I highly recommend that you do, because that's where she got her idea. And I think Corey, I think that she said Corey at Scraps, Corey Damon, I think she did them as well, and several other people, and I don't remember everyone. But my idea, my inspiration came from Justine at House of Mahalo. And she got her idea from Sweet Mandy at Sunflowers and Doors. And I highly recommend that you go and you watch both of those people. Mandy and Justine, and obviously Corey Damon. And I can't remember the name of her channel right now. It just left me. And that happens every time I turn on the video. So let's begin. So, all you need is whatever your backing is going to be and however big you want it. Now, Justine made hers postcard size. I just made mine this size because I just figured out how big I needed my topper to be. And then I cut down my vellum, my acetate to be the same size, if that makes sense. And then I put her image already, I tacked it on the corners with some Fabri-Tac. And then, so now I know that when I do put it inside here, it's going to be fine. You know, I'm going to do around here. And all this is file folder. It's just a piece of file folder. Like, you know, a file folder. I just cut it and ran it through my embossing machine. So that's all I used, because I didn't want to take away from obviously what's here. And I'm going to be using things to go around this, you know, pieces of scraps to go around it. So I didn't want it to be, I wanted it to be okay. So that's how I'm doing mine. But you don't have to. You could make these up with no image. Make these up on the acetate with no image. And then just slide it in. Or just, you know, put your, whatever you have created, your border around something, and have all these ready to go post, you know, ephemera for your journals, if that makes sense. Or toppers for your journals. Or just, you know, something in a page or what have you. And, you know, I put mine, because when I cut it, it folded like that. I decided to leave it like that. So I just cut it like that and left that bend in it. So I'll, you know, whatever. So what I'm going to do, because I'm so anxious always about things, I'm going to actually leave my image in there and do my collaging around it, so that I know that once it's done, it's going to look okay. Because like I said, it is going to be the top, and that is what you're going to see when you first see the journal. So let's get started, because these are fun. These are beautiful. Hers came out really, really pretty. And like I said, I haven't had the ability to watch Justine's yet. And this gets so staticky. So I'm just going to get a paper towel and wipe it before I get started on collaging around it. and just make sure it's clean enough, because if it isn't, I'm going to have to get another piece, because I don't want to have something that's all dirty, you know. So I hope you're all, you know, well and doing well. I heard from a friend of mine today that was well, and it just made me so happy that she's doing so well and the things are really going well. So for her, and yeah, so I didn't get outside today because I thought, no way. I checked the pollen count. No, I did go for my walk this morning, but that's it. That's as far as it went. So I'm just cleaning this off before I collage it. Now, again, like I said, she did not put her image on her paper. She didn't even use an image. She just collaged around, you know, and made a frame with her papers. But I'm not going to do that. I did get a comment a couple of weeks ago, as I, you know, I've been going back and trying to, so this is what I'm doing. But you don't, like I said, you can, what she did was, she did it this way and made her frame like this without looking or thinking anything about it. She just went around, she put down scraps like this, which I can do, but like I said, it's my journal topper, and I don't want to do that because I have to make sure it frames it, you know, well. So she just, and she used little scraps and what have you, but I'm just giving you an example. So then what you do is, once you've got your scraps down in your frame, how you want it, you just glue it all down, and then once it's all glued down, you then trim around it, and then you've got a nice frame. And you could put anything on the inside, because you're only gluing on the vellum, not, you know, on the card or your acetate or tracing paper or whatever you want to use. So does that make sense? But like I said, I'm doing it this way. I did get a comment from a person as I had gone back, and I love comments, whether they're, you know, it doesn't matter. I love your comments, and people leave great comments like, you know, use your glue stick this way, it will help, or, you know, it won't get so mushy, or, you know, my friend Lynn said, you know, oh my gosh, you know, you had me a wreck, you know, you were so nervous during that video. Watch mine. I can really slap them together now, and it will help you. And that was great, because I did, and she can. And it's so much easier. So now I'm so much more comfortable. So thank you for that, Lynn. But I did get a comment from a woman who said, I would have subscribed to your channel, but you're the most indecisive person on the face of the planet. And I, you know, that comment could have read, I would have subscribed to your channel, but you're too indecisive. The end. You know, just don't say any more. So I know I'm indecisive because, you know, I'm a perfectionist. I can't help it. I try. I prepare, you know, for my videos. I know I squirrel. I know I do. I do too many things in one video, which I shouldn't do. But I just love inspiring people with things that I've come up with, or ideas, or, you know, and I don't mean to squirrel. I really don't. But even now, I'm taking off these white edges. But I have to, because, you know, you would too. So anyway, I just cut up a bunch of scraps from paper that I had that I thought would sort of match, you know, because I didn't want to do anything, you know, with papers that matched this kit, which, for those that are new, I am using a kit by Raindrop Lila called Blooming Sisters. I've been calling it Three Sisters, when in fact it was inspired by her 6 sisters. So anyway, Sisters in Bloom is the name of the kit. So if you're looking for it, that's what it's called. And you can find that on her Etsy. So anyway, I'm just doing this, and please keep leaving your comments. I'm not offended at all when you give me advice. I really am not. But, you know, some people just, I was very like, what? That was not nice. You could have just said I'm indecisive. I already know. So anyway, I'm done cutting, I guess. I tore this. I tore up just a bunch of pieces that I had that I thought, you know, I went through my papers that were either misprints or what have you, and I just pulled them and started tearing. And I was obviously tearing the wrong way because I've got a ton of white. So I thought, well, I'll clean this up a little bit. And I really didn't even notice the white until I turned on the camera. So I should have done this, I know. But, oh well. I didn't, so. Anyway, I think that's enough. I mean, if I need more, I'll get more. So now I've got some scraps. I can't even tell you the names or where I got these pages because they're already torn up. And I have no idea. It's a mix of many, obviously. So I think I need some more color, maybe, or not. And I did see a number, and you know how much I love numbers. So I definitely want to use that. If I can find it now. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. Where is that? I saw it. Oh dear. See? But I can't help it. I saw a number. There it is, 187. It's crazy how we do things, right? I love numbers, and I love letters, and I love script. So, I know I'm definitely going to use this. And now, should I place the whole thing on this side? Like that? Or I think I'll tear it. Like that. And then I think I'll add some of this. Because like I said, we can cut it off. You know, you can leave it overhang and cut it off when you're done. I like that. Or, oh no, this might look good. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. So I'll do that. And just rip it here. And then I think maybe across here. Tear that off. I don't want to be too, I want it definitely to look patchworked. But I don't want any letters or anything upside down. And certainly I want to focus mainly on her. I don't want to take away from her. You know, so I want to kind of keep it subdued. Oh, this is nice. But then I'd have to take this and maybe take that out. I need some more of this, I think. What do you think? Oh, wait a minute. That'd be good. I don't do well with collage, as you can see. I really don't do well with collage. I love it. I love collage. But I'm not real good at it. See, now that won't make me crazy because it's sideways, not upside down. Do you know what I mean? Like the numbers there. So that wouldn't bother me at all. As long as it's not upside down, it doesn't bother me. So what do you think? Oh my gosh, I think I love it. I really do. Is it too matchy-matchy? I wish I could hear you. Let's see. I really do think I need a little bit more dark color. I don't want to cover that. Let's bring this up a little bit. And let's do this. I really love to bring you along. I really and truly do. When I'm doing stuff like this. Because then you can see my process, you know? So I think that would be good because then I'd have kind of both in there. And that would look great. So I've got, you know, a little bit more of that color in there. I just don't want to take away from her. I think I'm going to take this away. And add just a tiny piece of it. Like perhaps this. Just a small piece of it. I am going to just put it down because I love it. I really like it a lot. Okay, so let me just get this white off. And we can move forward with the gluing, and then I'll show you how to cut it off and show you how I'm going to decorate it, because you decorate it afterwards. I'm going to push this up a little bit. And I'm going to put this here. Put this here. Put this here. Yes. I don't want to put that there. I know I need something, but I don't want that. So we'll just put this down and then I'll add something. And I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because I'm on acetate. So rather than the glue stick, well, the glue stick might work. I don't know. I've never tried it. Have you? Okay. Let me just take a quick sip of my iced tea so that I don't start coughing. I could feel it coming on. Oh, I have another scrap over here. I have another scrap. Okay. Let's get this down. Got it. Okay. So I've got my Fabri-Tac here. And I don't care if it gets on. I'm not moving it. I was just going to say maybe I should put something under it, but I don't care. I'll get the glue off. So all I'm going to do is move this off to the sides. Just so I don't forget where I put it. So I'm just going to kind of go along the edge like this. Now remember, the way that everybody's been doing it, or the way Justine said people were doing it, was, you know, just putting it down and cutting off their edges. And I don't remember if she used a glue stick or not. I don't remember what she used. Now that kind of went right along the edge, I think. So I won't have to cut that. Well, I might have to cut a little bit off. So don't worry if it goes over your edge, because you just trim around it. So that's going to go there. I think I'll bring in the color that I was looking for by moving this over. See, you can always change your mind. If you're indecisive like I am. Rachel from Roxy Creations, honestly, I don't know how she does it. The girl is a master at this. She can slap down things and make them look museum. Like they belong in a museum. So see, I prefer that the edge go up a little bit like that and go along this edge than bring it down and make it look more, you know what I mean? More like, I mean, I don't want it to look so much like I had. Now, I know I had that number over there, but it doesn't matter. Because I'm thinking, nope, it has to go that way, because otherwise my color, all my coloring is way off. So I'm going to pull this way up here. Yeah, I'm going to pull that way up there. And unfortunately, you're not seeing any of my background, but that's okay. I didn't even realize that until I just started gluing this together, that you're not going to see that background. So that was kind of a waste. Now, you would see the background if I was only going to put, like, you know, a fussy cut flower or something in there. Say I was going to do something like this. Well, I'll show you after. I'll show you after. It'll make more sense if I show you. I can show you on the next one if we have time. Where are we? 27 minutes? Okay. So now I want, oops, almost put that upside down. That would have driven me crazy. I would have had to take that off. So I'll put that there. Oh my goodness, I love these so much. I'm going to be making these a lot. I think you will too. Once you understand what I'm doing. Uh-oh. Let's pull this up. I don't want to cover that number. Me and my numbers. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's great. Okay. See, now I was good about that. I just pulled that right off the side. I didn't use any of my lettering, but that's okay. Like I wanted to use some script, but I think the color is a nice, you know? So that worked out good. I think. I really like it. I'm very happy with it. Now also, what I might do, and I'm not positive, but I might stitch around it. I haven't decided yet. So now all you do is you've got all your pieces cut down, right? And then I'll trim around it. Now, here's the thing. This is the way she did it. You take your scraps, you put them on your vellum or your acetate, whatever you're going to use, right? Like that. Okay? However you want. You could do it all different sizes. You know, you could do this size, put this here, put that there, do this down here, possibly, you know, put this closer over here. So now what you have, I'm being loud, I'm sorry. So now what you have is this collaged frame, right? And you're done. So you've got this all glued down and you've got a frame. And then what you do is once you cut it all off, you take this piece of vellum or acetate, whatever, and then you take this piece and you take your vellum and you put it on this piece after you put, say, a butterfly or a flower like this. okay? So you'd put these on this paper, and then you'd put this frame on top. Make sense? But I did mine different because I wanted her to be the focal point. So I really did need to pay attention to what I was doing, and that's why I did it this way. So now all I'm going to do, because it's all glued down, well, almost, hold on. And again, I'm using the Fabri-Tac because I'm using acetate. And I don't know how a glue stick would stick to it. And I didn't want to take any chances of it not working because, you know. See, even the, let me just press this down because even the Fabri-Tac seems to be, just want to make sure it's down there. I might have to stitch around this regardless because it doesn't seem, yeah, it's, well, no, it's not. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. I was like, oh, it's pulling up, but it really wasn't. I just didn't have it glued down all the way. There we go. Yeah, it sticks fine. I think I just didn't have it glued down all the way. So there you go. Let's hope this works. Let's see. I'll cut it off from this side because I can see it better. So I'm just gonna see, in doing, I think part of my problem is I did creative memories for so long, and that's a real precision type of a it's a real precision type of a paper crafting, just like cards, you know. So I think that's part of my perfection problem, is that I'm so used to working with measurements, and with this there are no measurements, there are no rules, and so I'm a real rule person. I like to follow the rules. And I watch people's videos, and sometimes, you know, like Justine said in her video, and I totally agree, that you can sometimes watch a video 10 times and still you don't come out with it looking the same as the other person. And I guess sometimes I judge myself according to how other people might do something. Like theirs is, oh, mine's all wrong. Well, no, it's not, because it's your style. You don't necessarily have to do it in their style, or even the way they did it. This gave me the inspiration to doing this way, and I think that's good. And there I have it. Yay! I love it. So now I'm going to decorate it. Okay? Now, again, this is when you would put your acetate, you know, this is when you would put your frame. Did I glue it to it? Okay, let me take this out. I'll show you. Okay, so now this is what you have, right? This is what you have on your acetate after you've collaged it. Then you would put your frame in. Oh no, you would put these on, you know, just say that this is what you wanted to put on it. You'd put these on, and then you would glue this on. And that would be your postcard or your journal topper, or, you know, piece of ephemera, what have you. So I am going to be making up a whole lot of these with both tracing paper, acetate, you know, vellum, what have you, because I just think it's gorgeous. So I hope that made sense. So I'm going to take that off. I'm going to put her back in here only because I can. You know, I'm not, you know, only because I can do that. You don't need, I'm actually wasting a piece of acetate by doing it that way. But for me, that's the safe way to do it for my topper. Okay, if that makes sense. So now what I figured I'd do is when I was stripping up my paper, and I'm pretty sure that this, I was trying to remember where all these papers came from. I'm pretty sure that this piece of paper, if you're looking for this particular digital, it comes from Nana's Roses from Rach and Bella Crafts. I do know that because I've used it 1,000 times. I created a lot with that kit, so I do know that that comes from that kit. This is a freebie from Artie Mays. This is a freebie from Artie Mays. The rest, I really can't tell you. I don't remember. So what I did was, when I was tearing this, I got to the top and I was like, oh, wait. I'm going to fussy cut that because I could use that as a decoration. And then when I was cutting up these pieces, which you can see somewhere in here, here's a piece. I found this butterfly and I thought, oh, wait a minute, maybe I'll use the butterfly instead. So this is where my indecisiveness comes from. And I really wish you could all just say what I'm supposed to use. Am I supposed to use the butterfly because there are butterflies in this? Or am I supposed to use the roses because I am putting roses in here because she loves roses? So, but she has these flowers in her hair. So, that's where my indecisiveness comes from. It's like, I really love this, but I think it takes away from her. So I think it's best for me, as I'm talking to you, to do the butterfly because it really doesn't take away from her, which is my focal point. Does that make sense? I really hope so. I have a little bit I need to take off of there, I think. Let me just see. Hold on. Do I? No, I don't. I'm fine. Okay. So, I'm not going to take forever. I'm just going to stick it down. Because now that I have it done, I really intended on using this. I mean, it was definite. I'm using that. But now that it's collaged and I see, boom, this really pops right out, that would be much better because it's not taking away from her. So I pray that you all agree. Carol Laws, if you're watching, I'm channeling you. Do you guys follow Carol Laws? She is, honestly, if you need to laugh, if you really do need to laugh, and not laugh at her, laugh with her, she is such fun. And she makes me feel so much better, especially about videoing because, I forget the other day when I was watching her, or was it today? I don't remember. I wasn't feeling good this morning, so I was watching some videos. And, I really needed to pick me up because I'm worried about my friend. That would be Carol from CAJ Crafts. If you all could please, please keep her in your prayers. She's very unwell right now in hospital. So please, 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 please keep her in your prayers and thoughts. If you don't know her, she is a fantastic crafter in this community and is loved by many, many, many people. But she really needs our thoughts and prayers right now. And my friend Kathy, as she continues to, it's been 4 weeks since her severe, almost near-death injury. Not really an injury. I don't want to cover up that number. But, so, Kathy, I'm thinking of you as I create your journal. And I know you're not watching, but hi anyway. And Carol Ann, I love you very much. And I know that you're going to pull through this. God is good. So, in any event, and just continue to follow Carol Ann's channel, because she'll be back. And it's CAJ Crafts, CAJ Crafts. Just type that in and it will bring you to her her YouTube channel. So I'm not gonna put the wings down. I'm gonna kind of leave those up. And then I'll add the thread later. Now, let's see how it looks. It's the real test, right? So, what do you think? Does it look too busy, or do you like it? I like it. I actually love it. And I guess that's what matters, right? As long as we love what we do, regardless of how indecisive we can be. Because we all can be indecisive, you know? I just think that looks beautiful. Now, I could do something like put a piece of corrugated cardboard or something underneath that, and I still might. But I do know that that will be my topper. What I do with it further, you know, whether I lift it and just put it on maybe some foam squares, I just don't know yet. But I do know that I will stitch around it before I put it down. So that's it. That is tonight's video. I hope you liked it, and I hope you were inspired, and I hope you'll give it a try. Just take a piece of tracing paper or what have you, and let me pull her back out. Take a piece of tracing paper, collage around it, you know, make a frame, however big or small you want. You could make this much smaller if you wanted, or much bigger, and just collage around it, and then cut it up, put it aside, do another one, put it aside, do another one, put it aside, and then you have all of these beautiful things. And then when you have paper of any kind, you know, it doesn't have to be this, it could be anything. It could be this. Well, it wouldn't be that because that's way too busy, but you know what I mean. So, and then just take something and run it through your die cut machine or not, or whatever, and place it on there after you put your, you know, your image in there. So if that was going to be my image, which I would do more than that, just that one, I'd probably do like a long flower or something, but you could do that. And then you could do this, and look how beautiful that would be. Okay? So I really hope I made sense. And I love you all. And until next time, which will be tomorrow, as we continue, I have so many ideas. And I will be able to do a few of them at a time in our next video. So until then, be well, be safe, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye-bye.